Good day, everyone. I am Gboyega Adelodun from the Department of Special Education, University of Ibadan, Nigeria. I am presenting a paper titled Parental Socio-economic Differences, Academic Achievement, and High Ability Students in some selected schools in Ibadan, Metropolis, Oyo State, Nigeria. Special needs education foregrounds the importance of exceptionality in our society. Exceptionality, which refers to a significant deviation or departure from the presumed average, can be categorized into certain conditions that affect abilities and endowments that enhance abilities. Therefore, we have learners with disabilities and those with gifts and talents. Exceptionality that is characterized by disabilities covers a wide range of conditions that border on vision or sight, hearing, learning, the brain, emotion, speech, physique, and general health of the children. According to Zoji, Nwachiko, and Kolo 2016, children with disabilities are those with visual impairment, hearing impairment, physical and health impairments, intellectual disabilities, learning disabilities or learning difficulties, as well as emotional and behavioral disorders. Children with visual impairment are known for all types and degrees of visual loss or deviation, while those with hearing impairment are characterized with hearing loss that results when hearing apparatus of the children is damaged or limited, such that sounds cannot be perceived or understood. Individuals with physical and health impairment have medical conditions resulting in damage or malformation of relevant systems required for normal and functional lifestyle by humans. We see children with intellectual disabilities as those having their mental development significantly characterized by learning disabilities. And those, according to Bani 2006, whose intelligence is either average or above average as measured by intelligence tests, but perform very poorly and experience undue difficulties in learning to read, write well, or in learning to perform tasks of a numerical nature. And those children with emotional and behavioral disorders usually exhibit the character that affect their relationship with peers and adults, which also affects their schooling. On the other hand, exceptional children are those with certain gifts and talents. According to New Zealand Ministry of Education 2008, gifted and talented learners are those children with exceptional intelligence, abilities, and high performance in the arts, sports, and science. These children require special attention, just as the first category do, because their intellectual precocity needs to be exploited to advantage through independent and task commitment learning. It should be noted that these students possess one or a combination of the following: general intellectual ability, specific academic aptitude, creative and productive thinking, visual and performing art skills, leadership ability, and psychomotor ability. In Nigeria, based on the submission of Ibekwe and Aboyi 2011, gifted and talented children are often identified and defined based on the academic achievement and often spotted among the few in a class who took a cognitively relevant test were found to be higher percentile. So from this we can say that the concept of high ability evolves from giftedness and talent. Students with high ability express cognitive endowment which enables them to excel in academic work. These students will record superior academic achievement in core curricular subjects such as English language, mathematics, sciences, and others. So, and just as intelligence quotients of typical gifted and talented students differ, so also the academic accomplishment levels of high ability students vary. Quite a host of reasons have been accounted for this disparity or discrepancy in achievement among the students. However, the learners' socio-economic backgrounds have been considered as a variable in this present study because it has been observed to contribute immensely to the learners' learning and achievement in school. So on this note, it should be remarked that high ability students with different socioeconomic backgrounds can be categorized into those with disabilities and those without disabilities. As earlier remarked, that students with high ability and disabilities have different socioeconomic backgrounds. So, by way of explanation, socioeconomic status is a combination of social standing and economic liberty or economic power as possessed by an individual parent of the child. This is often measured as a joint or collection of education, income, and occupation of the individual parents. Research has indicated that three levels of these socioeconomic statuses exist among the parents, which are low socioeconomic status, middle socioeconomic status, and high socioeconomic status. It should be established at this point that the higher the level of this status of a parent, the better for a child with or without disability. And this is to emphasize what FAS and CANS 2017 reported when they established that socioeconomic backgrounds of learners impact on their learning and from the foregoing, it has been established that high ability students with and without disabilities in school have different socioeconomic backgrounds. So it is against this background that the researcher of the present study examines the impact of these socioeconomic differences of parents on the learning levels and academic achievement among the students. The purpose of the present study is to examine the influence of parental socioeconomic status on the academic achievement of high ability students with and without disabilities. It is on this note that 4 major hypotheses were tested at 0.05 level of significance. The present study would be of immense benefit to high ability students with and without disabilities, and these students will be provided with information to trigger them in order to study harder and achieve better in schools. Parents of children with high ability who may have disability as well would be encouraged to channel their financial resources towards the education of their children. Special educators will be sensitized on how to organize empowerment advocacy for their children. Educational policy makers would be enjoined to design and implement an empowerment scheme for children with high ability who may have disabilities. The methodology for the present study covers research design, population, sample and sampling techniques, instrumentation, procedure for data collection, and method of data analysis. The study adopted a descriptive survey research design because no manipulation of variable was involved. All high ability students with and without disabilities in Ibadan Metropolis remain the population of the study. Simple random sampling technique was used in selecting 4 local government areas, while purposive sampling was adopted in selecting 180 high ability students from 8 secondary schools in Ibadan Metropolis, Oyo State, Nigeria. 3 major instruments were validated for the study. Academic achievement test, which was used for screening high ability. SLOSA intelligence test, reversed third edition for children and adults, was also used to determine the intelligence levels of the children, while parental socio-economic status scale was used to determine low, middle, and high socio-economic backgrounds of the learners. The researcher employed 4 research assistants who were trained and sensitized on the special demands of the instruments of the study. However, the researcher personally administered all the instruments, while the research assistants only helped out in supervising the respondents. The data collected from the administration of the instruments were analyzed using independent t-test and one-way analysis of variance. The following findings were obtained in the study. First, there was a significant difference in academic achievement between high ability students with high and middle socioeconomic backgrounds. Students with high socioeconomic background had a better performance than those with middle socioeconomic background. Secondly, there was a significant difference in academic achievement between high ability students with middle and low socioeconomic backgrounds. Students with middle socioeconomic background achieved better than those with low socioeconomic background in the study. And thirdly, there was a significant difference in academic achievement between high ability students with high and low socioeconomic backgrounds. That is, the students with high socioeconomic background achieved better than those with low socioeconomic background, while a joint significant difference in academic achievement among students with high, middle, and low socioeconomic backgrounds was also found in the study. It is concluded that parental socioeconomic statuses determine academic achievement discrepancies among high ability students with and without disabilities. Based on this conclusion, it is recommended that the parents of the children with high ability, whether they have disabilities or not, are enjoined to channel their financial resources towards the children's education regardless of their socio-economic differences. Government is also employed to design and implement specific empowerment scheme for the children. Government also is encouraged to fund the education of special needs children in a more impactful way, such that the children can contribute their quotas to national development. Thank you for your kind attention.